Welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Derek.
I'm Cinnamon.
And this video is sponsored by Highfield. If you're interested in doing what we do and driving one of these trucks for a living, reach out to Hyfield Trucking at the link and phone number in the video description. Let them know Truck and Travel sent you. Come on. Alright guys, if you want to do what we do, we highly recommend Highfield. They'll set you up for success because they provide a mentorship. Don't go without it. Alright, so fuel doesn't matter to us. When you drive for a fleet owner, you don't pay for fuel or maintenance. Isn't that right, Cinnamon?
Yeah, it's a lot less stress. There's already other stress that you have, you know, being over the road and stuff that comes with the job and stuff. So it makes life so much easier when you drive for another fleet owner. Mm-hmm. So then they cover the overhead. Yeah. So you have a few things that you're responsible for, but like a huge thing is fuel. But
yeah. But if you're going to drive for a fleet owner, might as well make it Highfield. Another good thing about Highfield is they do have backup trucks for, let's say you're in a truck and it's going to be down a long time. Mm-hmm. They're going to move you into another truck so that way you can keep on rolling and make that money. Isn't that right, Cinnamon?
Yes, that's right, Derek.
All right, so we're talking off camera. We're like, why do we love expediting over these other, you know, niches in trucking? Mm-hmm. And Cinnamon mentioned, what'd you mention first, Cinnamon?
The number one thing for me, and I kind of joked when we would meet other people and they asked, you know, well, why'd you go to expediting, you know, because we used to do hot shot. But I said, well, it kind of saved our marriage. How cold is it, Derek?
Don't know.
Because we didn't have to tarp anymore, and that's probably my number one reason. Yeah. There was this one instance. It was like
a war story for Cinnamon. She has
really
PTSD.
Was. I do. It was like
what was the temperature outside? Yeah, tell them the temperature.
It was negative 20 freaking degrees, and we even had to get back in the truck in the heat, like our pickup truck, and like for about 20 minutes so that we could even feel our noses again, and like, you know, it was booger freezing weather.
How long did it take us to strap that sucker or to tarp it and all that?
Wasn't it like?
It was hours.
4 hours?
I don't know.
Like, it was awful, and it had like sharp edges. I think I don't know.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, it was. So anyways,
long story short,
tarping, and
we dropped it off, and it didn't need to be tarped.
Oh, I was so mad. Like the shipper was like, yeah, go ahead and tarp it, you know. But the person that we delivered it to, they're like,
why
no.
was this tarped?
Yeah,
you didn't need to tarp it.
Oh, we were so upset.
So we love having this box to be in, to strap.
He has to get me back on point like all the time.
Yeah. And we don't have to tarp
too, though. Very easy to strap.
And as you can see, if you watch our videos, most of the time we only have 1 to 3 items to strap, so it doesn't take long at all. Not long. Normally, we're not at the shipper or the drop that long. In and out, you know.
Once you kind of come up with a certain way that you strap stuff, then you go in, you get it done, and you're done. Like, it's so much quicker.
Yeah.
So
most of the loads we like to do are refrigerated, so we use the reefer, and those are usually boxes on a skid or a pallet, and those are super easy to strap.
We've only had a very, very few weird shaped things, but it wasn't too hard to figure out.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's windy.
Another nice thing about, you know, we're independent FedEx custom critical independent contractors, and with that there's no forced dispatch, and you get to pick out your loads, and that really helps with your adventures and whatnot, and what places you see and where you don't want to go, you don't go. But
yeah, because here's another thing is that whenever we would see like a load opportunity that would come in, one of the things that we would check for is we would get on our weather app and see like the pickup place that for that day, and then the drop-off place, what was the weather going to be like. So if we were like, you know what, it's going to be bad weather, we don't want to risk it, no, we don't have to go. Like, so we would say no, and we wouldn't have penalties or anything like that.
Like right now, Florida, unfortunately, God forbid, is going to get hit hard with a hurricane. You know, I feel bad for all these other victims out there and the families out there that lost loved ones, but you know, these things happen, you got to keep your eyes on the weather, so that way you'd be like, nope, I'm not going over there, it just doesn't feel safe right now. I'm going to try to move my way over here. Yeah. And it's nice because you can choose your loads, and that will help you go to these trucks, you can take them to campgrounds if you want to. So if it's time, you know, say you've been driving out for 3 weeks, and you're like, you know what, I'm ready to have some downtime.
Some peace and quiet. I can hook up our, you know.
I made it out to Nevada or Arizona. I think I'm going to park at a campground. You can do that. You can find what are they called? POA or what? I don't know.
KOAs?
KOAs, yep, that's it.
You do have to call ahead and make sure, like, especially if your side of your truck is branded, that it's okay that you go there.
Just let them know you got a straight truck. And
yeah, like they're usually okay with that and stuff, but it's nice.
KOAs are usually cooler.
Yeah.
Especially in the West.
Yeah.
But, and the nice thing with these trucks, you know, it's like a tiny house on wheels, a tiny home, so you got way more room.
You don't have to, like, you don't only have one spot that you can stand up, you know, in, like, you know, you can actually walk around and stuff. And with having more room, you can take your pets with you, which is a huge deal.
Like you could in a semi truck, but you get a little bit more breathing
space.
room. Yeah. So it doesn't feel as tight. I mean, you're still in a tiny home.
And something that I definitely appreciated is, like, when it was really, really cold outside and we were inside, we weren't like huddled in this little itty bitty spot. Like there's different things in the truck that made it feel like home. Like there was a microwave, there was, you know, a TV, there's a fridge, you know, and so you have, you don't have to refill a cooler like with ice, you know, to try if you wanted to keep some of your own food on, you know, in your truck. Like you have a refrigerator.
And then you got the generator or the EPU or APU, sorry, bad memory. The APU, so that way you can keep the refrigerator going. You got that diesel heater, what do they call it? S-bar heaters. Normally that's, you know, what they got.
Yeah, so it feels
very
more home while you're away from home, and so that helps when you're over the road for sure. So I appreciated that for expediting. Like I like these trucks.
What I really like when we was parked to chill out is to have the front curtain open, like if it's snowing outside, you know.
Yeah.
See the snow fall and watch a movie.
Oh, the cats loved it. Like
Cinnamon loved it.
I loved it because the cats.
The cats would usually hang out on the dash or on the bed with us.
Kayla would always go after snowflakes. Yeah. It was fun.
Or if it's raining, that was kind of entertaining too.
Yeah, it was.
Leaves falling or a bunch of birds in the parking lot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the big birds. Go out west where the crows are.
Man, those things are bigger than the cats. And our cats are fat. Like.
Yeah, we got some fat cats, but those suckers, some big birds.
Oh, and then one time, I have to tell you this, I did get, this bird came down on this trash can and he started just putting stuff on the ground, and I'm like, oh man, because then, you know, you think that
he's digging through it.
You think that other truckers are just putting trash on the ground and stuff like this, but there was this bird that was just emptying out the trash thing.
Yeah, trying to look for the good stuff.
But I didn't want to shoot it away because that thing was big, and I'm like, I'm not even messing with that thing.
Yeah. So, I think me personally, if you ask me what got your wife into this, I would say I think it's pretty easy to drive. What do you think, Cinnamon?
Yeah,
it looks intimidating.
Well, I'm going to speak from my gender.
From a woman's view?
Yeah, from a woman's view. If you are not someone who is used to driving bigger things, a semi is more...
intimidating, right?
Let me speak. It's my words. But that's exactly what I was going to say.
That's what we do anyways. Usually when we stumble, we finish other sentences.
It was the worst I was going to say.
See?
No, so it is... Knew it.
Busted.
Stop it. But it is intimidating if you're not someone who is used to driving like big vehicles or long vehicles or anything like that. I did hot shotting before, so I had the 40-foot flatbed and the F350.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit more used to that. But if I were to just be getting into the industry, I would have loved to start off.
I'll tell you what, it's
like a big van that you like. The turning radius sucks, so sometimes you look like you don't know what you're doing because you have to.
The 3-point parking.
Oh man, it's like 20 point sometimes. Yeah. But it's a lot easier, I think, than, and less intimidating. So
much easier to back up.
Yeah.
When you say, because you can always see the back end with your mirrors.
Yep.
With a trailer that has a pivot, you can't tell what it looks like on the other side. If
Depending on where, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, and so it's a lot less intimidating. You can go a lot more places with it.
Like grocery stores you couldn't get into with a semi-truck, or if there's that restaurant on the map, you're like, man, I wonder what that barbecue tastes like right there.
Yeah,
or
or
they might have big enough parking just to get that short truck in there, that expediting truck.
Say you live on the east side and there's only like certain restaurants in the west coast, you know, and you're like, and you're actually happen to find yourself on the west coast and you're like, you know what, I've always wanted to try that. You can.
Yeah.
Like there's, you know, a lot more availability and, you know.
That's living the dream right there, my friends.
Yeah, it's
being able to park at any restaurant you want. We've took one of these babies through a Wendys drive-through. Don't do that.
That was during COVID, though.
Yeah, when they shut the lobbies down and you could only go through the drive-through with a vehicle, would not let you walk through. So it's like, okay.
It was nice. There was one time we went through where someone had a line of us like paid for our meal.
Yeah, they
that
did
was
pay
so
for it.
cool.
Yeah. We never did that again because, you know, it was ridiculous, and so were those times.
Yeah. Yes.
Crazy.
Moving on.
But yeah, so love expediting. Would not do trucking probably, or semi 18-wheelers, probably wouldn't do that. Will not go back to hot shotting or RV transport.
If you're new to our channel, we started off with Derek did RV transport, and then I came over the road with him, and him and I did hot shot together,
yeah.
And then we got into expediting. So I would say out of the three, like we really, you know,
loved expediting.
Expediting. Yeah. There's a lot of great things. Like if you're going to be over the road, it's a lot more comfortable than the others. You don't have to find a hotel room or, you know.
You just got to love being on the road, parking at truck stops, being gone from your family and friends for long periods of time. You got to be able to drive at least, you know, minimum 3 weeks at a time without a downtime, or like 3 months at a time is
you have to be
optimal.
Able to like working and driving.
Trucking, yeah.
And having some patience while you're over the road, because
just
if every
living.
Little thing bothers you, it's not the job for you, trust me.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a trucker, you gotta be patient.
You do.
There's a lot of crap that goes on.
Yeah, especially like with cell phones and
people driving, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to start. We'll be here all day if I get into like stories and stuff. But you gotta let things be able to roll off your, you know.
But if you love trucking or you want to get into trucking, I highly recommend expediting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you expedite with
Highfield.
Well, no, I was gonna say your marriage. You know,
your
you're married.
Significant other.
Some people are like, well, I could never do that because we would fight and stuff like that. There's a nice curtain that you can close that separates the front from the back. We've used it before.
She's told me to get in the
has.
back before. Yeah, get in the back.
Only if, okay. Only if he said something about my driving, I'm like, isn't it time to lay down?
She didn't say it like that. Just go lay down. That's fine.
Me? What?
Yeah. She's not so innocent, is she, you guys? See?
So anyways, it's a nice curtain that you can use, so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Expediting's awesome. Some of these units even have like a bathroom / shower. And that's pretty cool. It might not hold a ton of water to where you won't need to fill up for a long time, but some of these units have that option. And the expediting trucks that we were in that didn't have that, we actually, from our friends, the Crafty Truckers, you know, back in the day, they was doing some videos. Look them up. They give out some information and fun trips. They suggested to us to get like a camping toilet. And that
don't go over the road without it if you don't have a built-in toilet in your truck, because sometimes like you can even be stopped on the highway for like hours because they'll close down highways if there is a death.
You just never know.
You know? So you could be stopped for hours, and if you have to go to the bathroom, like say if you went to a shipper right before that and they don't let you use the bathroom, because some of these places don't let you.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to go to the bathroom before you even get to a shipper.
And plus, in the wintertime, do you want to walk all the way up to the trucks, to the building, you know, from way out in the parking lot just to go pee? No.
And don't just step outside your truck and go. There's ladies in the, you know.
Don't get me wrong. We didn't drop any loads in this toilet. We just went pee.
Yeah, no, we only went pee.
We didn't want to, you know, kill the marriage totally.
Just for the sake of each other.
No, we're trying to save our marriage, you know what I mean? So seriously, it's a good investment.
Yeah, I would definitely highly suggest having one over the road. But
yeah,
nice.
Don't worry about fuel costs with Hyfield. That's awesome, right?
Yes, it is.
They created fuel savings right there. And if you're going to do trucking, expediting trucks throughout the whole year, if you go to speed limits, I want to say, when I paid attention, it was about 9.2 miles per gallon. And us as a team, every team's different, but us as a team, I want to say we did around 125,000 miles. And then, you know, diesel is always above $3 a gallon, so do the math there and you can figure out how much you could spend in fuel. And if you're not, you know, a fleet, or if you drive for a fleet owner, you're not paying that. So it's awesome.
I will say this, one way you can give back to your fleet owner though, like to help him help you type thing. If they go with EFS, they have, and you talk to their customer service, they'll walk you through, they have an app where if you're just a driver and you're not the owner, you can't see how much is left on the fuel card, but you can be able to see like different truck stops coming up, how much of a discount they get. So if you can plan it out, you can plan out like what
where you're gonna stop
where you're gonna stop to fill up, and that would help your fleet owner. Yeah. So if they succeed, you succeed. You know what I mean? So that'd be something nice that you could do to help them out too. I'm just throwing that out there. Yep. So
guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We wanted to do something different for a video, and we appreciate you guys. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Man, it's windy.
It is windy.
Yeah.
Peace.
Oh, bye.
See ya.
Oh no, we're not doing this.
Adios.
Hasta luego.
Talk to you later.
No. Okay, I need to rehearse this before the next one. Go ahead and push stop.
You want me to get more?
No, I'm going to beat you next time.
Well, if you're going to practice, I'm going to practice.
Oh, dang it. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Shouldn't have said it. Check this out. Here's a hot shot with a Conestoga. I used to want a Conestoga, but until I realized that it's going to really kill your fuel mileage, and it seemed like with our hot shotting days, I would watch the transmission temperature, and our truck would do better with heavy objects compared to something that was tall. So once something was tall, like a empty shipping container, even though it'd be lighter weight than some of the things I would haul, that tall shipping container would make the transmission get really hot. So it's cool because you could strap, you know.
Oh, and they wouldn't have to tarp. They would just, you know.
That would have been awesome.
It has, like, when it's open, do you remember how we were looking at that too? It blocks like this much, so you actually don't have a 40-foot availability.
What are you talking about, blocks this much?
So when the Conestoga is open, like this, it bunches up on this end. So you can't use all 40 foot of your trailer.
You can use all 40 foot of it.
Well, if
it bunches
like,
up
goes
on the
like
outside.
This.
Yeah, but most of the load. Okay, when you on a hot shot trailer, if you don't have much freight, it goes over the back wheels.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm saying do you remember when we tried to piece like certain loads together, and then we're like, well, we haven't been able to do this on a Conestoga.
Well, we weren't successful at hot shotting, so there was only one time we bunched 2 loads together. So we would have been all right, but the fuel cost would have killed us. The cost of the Conestoga would have killed us, because that was probably, I don't remember, 15 grand or something crazy. Yeah, even harder on the transmission.
Yeah.
She eventually went out too, but anyways, that's us blabbing on. Living the dream.
Oh, there's another hot shot.
There she goes. Yep, there goes another hot shot. See, with that load, it probably would have been okay with a Conestoga. Yeah. You don't need it because there's no tarp.
Yeah.
Oh, there he comes right over there. I don't know why he's coming over here. I would park with the semi trucks.
I don't know.
It's pretty weird. Me judging. Maybe he doesn't know this area, I don't know. See, he could have, it doesn't make any sense. He's exiting. Okay, he's gonna drive around. Probably just wants to park closer to the building, I guess. What do you think? Somebody just wants to park closer to the building?
I don't know.
Makes it easier to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but you need to get your steps in, or else.
Yeah, you do need to get your steps in. No, I'm saying that's important.
It is though, because your heart is a muscle, and if you don't work it, like it's bad. You know what I mean? Like you need to.
Me personally, I wouldn't trust the people up front. I would trust the truckers more. If I was going to sleep in the truck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can get some crazy people just stopping in. All you gotta do is break into your truck or like Tennessee, slash your tires, get back in their car and take off. That's crazy, right? But yeah, I don't know. If you're out there on the road, you guys, be safe out there. Keep your eyes open. Watch out for one another.
Yeah.
God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Look how much the wind's blowing.
Yeah, it's pretty windy.